You must conquer hell in order to arrive in heaven. This is for those of you guys, if you're here, you've seen the title. I don't know what it says yet, but I'm sure it ties into this. But this is such a huge message, a huge energy just like pouring through right now, because we are such in a massive, massive level of transition and transformation, aren't we? And we've been moving through the darkness. We've been moving through hell, okay? Like, you know, the church and the religious patriarchal rule systems, you know, they have brainwashed humanity and souls into being fearful and thinking that hell is a place you will go to if you misbehave and if you sin and all these things. But that is not true. That is a lie. Hell is here. That is what we are witnessing on earth is hell, okay? And that's why we are all experiencing the things we are moving through and experiencing and holding space for and clearing and healing, transmuting, so that we can bring heaven upon earth, which is already happening. It is done, it has happened, and now we are seeing the ripple effect of that as earth transforms as well, right? So you had to go through hell to get to heaven. Who this is for, you've been to hell and back your entire life so many times. These are sacred initiations. This is what your soul came to do, okay? You had to go through hell to get to heaven. You had to. Many of you guys are going through endings. You've been moving through endings and tower moments. You've had to isolate and release people, jobs, situations. For some of you guys, the universe is single-handedly removing you. Maybe, you know, because you're not meant to be there anymore. You're not meant to be in this job anymore. You're not meant to be in this situation anymore, this partnership anymore. You're not meant to be, you know, this addiction isn't meant to have a hold over you anymore. Like whatever it is, 222 on the timer. So let's go ahead and get into the message. So this is for the souls who you've had to go through hell in order to get to heaven. And the reason why this message is so strong right now is because you are literally at the gateway, you are at the door, and the pathway is open now to your heaven upon earth, to your highest timelines. And right now, you know, as we move more into March and the year of the wood snake, there's timeline splits. So, you know, many are being guided into the higher timelines, into, right? And, you know, you've been moving through the initiations, you've been surrendering, you've been doing the very difficult healing work, shadow work, reclaiming these old lost parts of self, you know, the parts of self that have been shunned away, abandoned, and rejected because they're painful, they're difficult, the memories are dark, the situations that have happened are dark, they're painful, they're traumatic. You know, I'm getting a lot of sexual wounding and where your power has been taken. So, you know, my heart is with you guys. Trigger warning. This is from past lives, but for many souls tuning in, this is from this lifetime too, where you have known, someone who's also been very wounded, trying to take your power sexually or dominate you, assault, all the things, okay? So again, this is your time to receive. And I just want to let you know, like, you've been through hell and back over and over again. And it's not because, you know, God is picking on you or the universe is picking on you. We are never the victim at the hands of the universe. We are always the victor. So whatever's happening, whatever's crumbling, whatever difficulty, resistance, you know, feeling the squeeze. We've all been feeling that squeeze. We've all been being wrung out so the excess can be released and fall away, because where you're going, you can't take that with you. Where I'm going, I can't take that with me. All of the trauma of Erica, the pain of Erica, you know, the versions of Erica, the stories of Erica, that version of Erica is no more. I connect with them, I heal them, I call them back to me. There's forgiveness. This is very difficult work. That's why many people don't do it. Many people carpet sweep, they bury their head in the sand, and they live very unhappy, miserable, dense lives, repeating the same, experiencing the same difficulty in situations over and over and over again. Difficulty in partnerships, toxicity in partnerships, difficulty in finances, lack mentality, always being broke, where there's more month than money, feeling, you know, living in the programming and conditioning of you have to work hard and everything's hard work. Everything's hard work, isn't it? No, it's not. It's not to say that there aren't moments where there is difficulty, because that's what I'm talking about, right? But it's about expanding beyond that. It's about breaking free of that toxic prison loop that we live in, right? So you're also, I'm speaking to those of you guys, 555, I'm speaking to those of you guys who are here to awaken souls. You're here to help others break free of this prison. You're here to be the guiding light, the pillar of light, the lighthouse in the dark, guiding the ship, the soul, the heart back home to true oneness, unity consciousness, love, healing, all the things, okay? So I'm talking to way showers. I'm talking to powerful guides, okay? Many of you guys, you have had to move through, you know, your money or your finances. There's been a ton of dark attacks. We know this on starseeds, you know, earth angels, light workers, you know, whatever you want to call it, right? There's been many dark attacks, specifically dark attacks on your money and your finances, you know, where, you know, for some it's you've lost jobs. It can be divine alignment too, where you're not just meant to be there, but for some it's dark attack. But money, we'll just say the money, there's been a lot of financial strain on a lot of beautiful light warriors out there. Some of it, again, this is discernment, right? Where you tune into your heart and your higher self, but some of it is initiation. Some of it is lessons and karma that you need to heal or balance, okay? But some of it is dark attack. So I want to let you know that that is being dealt with. That is being dealt with, okay? So if that's you and you've fallen into that category that I just said, it's being dealt with. But if you fall into the victim energy of, if you let that bring you down, okay, you have to be the one to take yourself out of it. You have to be strong enough to stay centered and focused and in your heart and say, I do not claim this. This is an illusion. And I think many of you guys have done that. And that's the point. So what I'm getting is high level healers. This is like your next level. It's time to be seen. It's time to shine. It's time to get out of isolation. It's time to get out of your box, out of your comfort zones. And it's time to put yourselves out there. Calling all light warriors, calling all starseeds, earth angels, okay? You know, many of you guys are way showers, but maybe you're not meant to be a way shower or teacher or guide in the way I am, right? Like where you have like a channel and you're very public and you're out there. Maybe your way showing is through writing a book, or maybe your way showing is holding, you know, sacred space or healing, you know, circles or retreats or rituals, or, you know what I mean? But who I'm speaking to, like you're a high level healer. Like it's time to shine your light. It's time to bring that to others. You know, and this is advanced soul work. This is the time. You know, we don't just come here to do this work and to keep it all to ourselves. We come here to do this work and then share it with others. The healer heals self first, and then they can go and help others, right? So let's go ahead and get a message. Let's see where you guys are at right now, what wants to come through. The sorcerer. This is, okay, and then the ancient ones. There has been dark sorcery and attacks from dark sorcerers on the ancient ones, the chosen ones, we'll call it, okay? So basically, like, you know, the souls. And when we say chosen, it's not like God's source was like, okay, you go, you go, you go. No, you can't, you go, you go. No, we are the ones who stepped up to the plate and said, I'm going to go. I know I don't have to, but I'm going to go. I'm choosing to go because I'm an ancient one, because I'm choosing, I'm chosen, I'm choosing myself. I'm volunteering myself. Okay, so, but that's what I mean. The dark sorcerers have been trying to attack the ancient ones because of who you are, like the power you hold, the wisdom you hold, the knowledge you hold, right? Like, you hold so much within your cellular blueprint, within your crystalline blueprint, your soul blueprint, and all the things. Okay, so let's go ahead and see here. Where's the book? Oh, there it is. Okay, so let's read the sorcerer. I'm not going to read like the whole thing, but I can tell you, I'm pretty sure it's about like, I don't know if it's about like dark sorcery, but that's what I'm getting as confirmation. And we know it's out there. We know we are literally in a spiritual battle. We have been for ages, for eons, right? Okay, so this is the source of dark power. The sorcerer represents the destructive aspect of the human psyche and the self-centered behavior that harms others. That's exactly it. These energies, these people, or these entities, whatever it is. Okay, we'll just say these energies. All right. They have destructive aspects of the human psyche, and they are highly self-centered, greedy, and that is their behavior, and it harms others. It symbolizes the unconscious beliefs and ideas that foster separation, conflict, and scarcity. You can think of the dark magicians, the dark sorcerers, the dark lords, who still to this day have been pulling the strings here on earth in the political systems, right? Government systems, in the royal family, in the Vatican, in the elites, like all the things in Hollywood. Okay, it's dark sorcery, right? People, right? Like an example is certain celebrities, right? Like celebrities that it seems like they, like they're ageless, right? You see them, they're in their 50s, 60s, and they look like they're actually like getting younger. And the regular human brain goes, oh, it's because they're rich. It's because they have the best skincare and dermatologists, and they eat the best foods, and everything's organic, and and they have personal trainers and personal makeup artists and personal things and right? That's truth to an extent, you guys. The reason why many of these celebrities look young is because of dark sorcery, dark magic. They are dark, they're mixed up in some pretty dark stuff where they are siphoning energy and life force from young children, babies, women, okay, and other energies. Okay, so it's just, it runs very, very deep. It is a very deep, dark rabbit hole. Okay, I know many of you guys know all the things. Some of you guys might be newer on your awakening journey, and you might be tuning in and you might be watching this and going, what is she talking about? This is crazy. She's insane. She's delusional. She's a conspiracy theorist. But this is the cold, hard truth. This is the cold, hard truth. Okay, so that's what I mean. They are trying to stop and attack the ancient ones. That's for some of you guys, myself included, I have felt it. That's part of the hell. Okay, but that's when you rise up in your power. You reclaim your divine sovereignty. You call your power back to you. You shield yourself. You do all of the things. The light is always more powerful. Love is always more powerful than dark sorcery, than greed, than destructiveness, than, you know what I mean? Okay. But look at this. See, this also speaks of our own human psyche and our own ego, brain, and logic that creates destruction in our lives. And then we go, why does this keep happening to me? Because you keep thinking the same things, you keep living the same way, you keep doing the same thing, the same behaviors, right? So until we break this stuff, rise above it, heal it, and say no more, okay? This dark sorcery, in this sense, it's kind of like the dark shadow, right? So it says, when the sorcerer enters your circle, you're being called to look at how your beliefs around scarcity and self-centered fear manifest in your world. Examine the destructive part of your psyche that misuses power or harbors feelings of resentment, vengeance, lust, greed, bigotry, or hatred. Perhaps you've harmed someone because of these dark tendencies. If so, all is not lost. You have only forgotten that all beings are interconnected and the universe is abundant. The sorcerer arrives to challenge you to change your thinking. You're given a second chance. Correct your course and practice not blaming others for the darkness that lives inside of you. Make peace with it and choose another way. This is all about that shadow energy. past lives. We all have negative karma. Our ancestry, our bloodlines have negative karma. That's the work that we're here doing, right? You know, but we are not all just holy, perfect little, right? We've had lifetimes where we've hurt others, where we've been lustful, greedy, where we've taken from others, or our behavior has been destructive, creating negative karma, right? So we are in this lifetime balancing that. We're healing that. We're forgiving that. We're not judging ourselves. We're not, right? Or in this lifetime, you know, in the past or recent past, like in other ways, maybe you've lied to people, you've cheated, or you've been destructive to yourself, maybe patterns like, you know, drinking alcohol or this or that, right? Partying, or the people you hang out with, you know that they're destructive, you get in trouble, they're not good for you, or their energy's just not right, but you keep hanging out with them. These are all just examples, but you guys understand the medicine of this energy. Have you been feeling out of sorts because you've been faced with your own character flaws and the pain that you inflict on others when you are out of alignment? Meaning, you know, projecting or attacking, or, you know what I mean? Radical self-acceptance is called for now. So this is right now, I have to radically, it's self-acceptance. It's just like it says, it's radical self-acceptance of all aspects of you, both, quote, shadow and light, both, quote, right, good or bad or whatever, okay? It's the destructive, dark shadow parts, right? Or the pain you've inflicted on others. Maybe you feel remorse, maybe you feel regret, you feel bad, you know, about certain things, or something you said to someone that was maybe hurtful. I wish I could take that back. You know, whatever it is, you know, having a very difficult maybe relationship with a parent or a loved one, and maybe that person died, they passed away, they transitioned, and then you live with regret, guilt, and shame of, I never should have said that to them. I wish I could take it back, or I wish I would have done this differently, right? This is destructive though. It's beating yourself up over things that are over and done. And that if it has to do with something like that, loved ones on the other side, all is forgiven. They do not harbor resentment. They are back into their true soul frequency of love, right? So I don't know, but anyways, I'm just sharing everything that comes through as I read this. You must reconcile these darker aspects of your nature so you don't behave irresponsibly and cause more harm to yourself and the ones that you love. It's time to come out of denial and accept responsibility for your words and deeds. When you meet the energy of the sorcerer with humility, this destructive power transforms into grace, which you can use in service to the highest good. Perhaps it's time to make amends. Do it. It will set you free from the shadows and let you step into the light. Make amends with the past, make amends with yourself, make amends with loved ones, friends, family, okay? Like, it's time. It's time. And I keep talking about that. It's time to release yourself and to clear and to move that energy out, the stuck muck. It's muck. It's muck. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead real quick. We're at 18 minutes. Ancient Ones. Number 1, that's interesting. It's the very first card in this oracle deck. Number 1. You are number 1. 1 is all, it's like Magician too. It's like new beginnings. It's, you know, what you're manifesting, but it's new beginning. It's like a new, you're on this new journey. You're in this new cycle. You're on this new timeline. Okay. You're number 1, putting yourself first. I'm also hearing like there's something very strong, you guys, about stepping into your power and more into your role of the Ancient One, the healer, the shaman, the priestess, the high priest, you know, the Reiki master, the sound healer, the crystal healer, the, you know, herbalist, the apothecary, apothecary. Oh my gosh, my freaking Mercury is already doing its thing and it's pre-shadow. It's time to step up and be that, like, and to be number 1 in that regard. Does that make sense? So the Ancient Ones are the shamans of old who defeated death and escaped from the tyranny of time. The Ancient Ones once walked the earth like us. This is you. This is ancestors, the Ancient Ones, but you are the Ancient Ones. We are our own ancestors. If you think about it, here on earth, from past lives, your bodies from past lives are buried here on earth. You're, you know, unless you were burned or, you know, cremated or whatever. But like if you were buried, or if your body was, you know, mummified, or you were like put into a sacred temple, or you know what I mean? Like a sacred, like, you know, like where it was like your family, like a plot, you know what I mean? You have to think about that. Your body, like your bodies of earth, your physical vessels from past lives, your physical bodies for many of you guys, right? Your physical bodies are here on earth at this time, meaning you are your own ancestor. You know what I mean? That's kind of weird to think about, huh? But it's powerful when you think about it that way. The ancient ones once walked the earth like us in flesh and bone. Now they reside in infinity and can counsel us after we say yes to our calling. So right now, the ancient ones are calling you to say yes to your calling. Your past life selves, your past selves, your higher self is calling you to answer your calling. They are available to help us attain our full realization. This is also a call to work with your ancestors. Calling forth your ancestors in a sacred ritual. You guys, a sacred ritual could be as simple as you sitting down, lighting some candles, calling forth words from your heart, you know, I mean, speaking words from your heart and calling forth your ancestors of benevolence, love, and light. Make sure you specify that, because we do have dark ancestors, like ancestors who are not for the highest and greatest good, okay? So be sure to, you know, specify that, of the highest good, benevolence, love, and light, okay? The ancient ones are inviting you to reach to the future to help birth a new destiny for Earth. You guys, the video below this one, it is an announcement that I am so freaking excited. You guys, like, this has been manifesting in my heart for lifetimes now, but for a couple years. But we are officially in September, from September 20th of this year to the 29th, we are going to south of France, to sacred lands, for a Magdalene code retreat, okay? Where we will be, it's co-hosted with myself, but my beloved beautiful sister. She's like, I get like the head priestess of my mystery school that I was tuning into. Our paths crossed a few years ago, and I've been working with her and her beloved John. They're in Sacred Hyros Gamos Union. I've been working with them, you know, as a seer, as an oracle, you know, and just cultivating and building our beautiful connection, because I know we've known each other in past lives. Stellar and John's teachings are like nothing you will find. You won't find anything like this out there. And I know that's saying a lot. We have a lot of souls who are awakening, a lot of souls who are on their high priest, priestess path, who are bringing, you know, sacred retreats, teachings, you know, connected with the Sister of the Rose and the Magdalenes. I'm telling you, you guys, like, this is very special, very sacred. It is different. It is, you will not find anything like this. But in the video, I talk all about this, okay? So if you're interested in learning more about the retreat, in booking a space, coming with us to France, experiencing this, you will be receiving high-level trainings. This is the stuff where so many of you guys are like, I'm ready, I want to learn more stuff to heal in the quantum. I want to learn sacred teachings. You know, this is the stuff that was literally taught in the mystery schools, like word for word, teaching for teaching, activation for activation, sacred codes, okay? Stellar and John, this is what they do. They've been doing these sacred retreats all over the world, and, you know, for like 10 years, they've been doing this work. Stellar's been, you know, doing this work for like over 25 years. She worked with a sacred Magdalene mentor, Isis mentor, for a long time. Like, I'm telling you guys, okay, so if you're interested, it's down below. But why did I even start talking about that? Oh, because that's what this is all about. It's the ancient ones being invited to step into their future selves and to help them birth the new destiny for new earth. Okay, so it's going to help you with your work, your spiritual work, activating more stuff. You will receive some beautiful trainings. You will come home with certificates in level 1 and level 2 of the Holy White Flame training. And it's just, it's so powerful. So it's in the video below, and I will continue to talk about this, share about it, all the things, okay? Go ahead, find out who you are becoming 10,000 years from now. So again, it's who are you meant to be and who are you evolving into and who you've been, right? And co-creating and integrating them together. If you accept the invitation, great power and blessings will come your way and allow you to craft a new destiny for yourself. See? So do you see the difference? The lack and like the lessons and all the things from here. And then, okay, the ancient ones are calling you to step forth and to step into your destiny and who you are and like all these things, okay? Do not hesitate to bite off more than you can chew, because you have unlimited spiritual resources available to you now. This spiritual retreat in France, that is a very beautiful spiritual resource and experience that is being brought to you now for the ones who are in alignment with it and who are ready. The ancient ones beseech you to examine your attitudes and actions and be sure that they are of the highest integrity. Not forgiving an ancestor or yourself is keeping you from the freedom that you seek. Remember, this is no longer your karma. You can break the chains that once bound you to the family drama and be free of your generational curses. Forgive the ones that you need to release. Honor your biological ancestors by lighting a candle to them tonight. Which I said that. I said like lighting candles or whatever, you know, a bonfire, you know, lighting candles, a sacred ancestor altar, you know, speaking to them, working with them. They are here to help. They want to help. They want to gift things to you. They want to share things with you. They want to help activate things and, you know, or bring healing to you, whatever it is. Okay. So I'm speaking to those of you guys, like, this is not about like, this isn't about like notoriety, clout, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. But I am getting, and I've gotten this plenty of times before on the channel here and through my messages, that many of you guys, because of your work and the work you're here to do and like where you're going, like you're meant to be very seen. It's for some of you guys, maybe it is like me, where you're meant to be very public, very out there. I'm hearing you have the personality for it. Like myself, I've always, you know, and that's why, like, you know, like this beautiful spiritual retreat, that's the beauty of it. We all come with our own personality, our own niche, you know, our gifts and, you know, who we are, right? And so you guys know me, like I'm very, you know, my personality is very funny and kind of goofy sometimes, and, you know, you guys know I call it exactly how I see it. I say it how it is, you know what I mean? Many of you guys, and that's a strength, that's a gift, that's a power, and many of you guys are the same. So what I see is like you bringing truth to the masses, you bringing healing teachings to the masses. This is who you came to be. For some, you are meant to be in the spotlight because you're an ancient one. You're an ancient soul. You can handle the dark projections. You can handle people trying to infiltrate or energies trying to infiltrate. Like, you know this stuff. You came here for this stuff. Okay. It's like much like what I'm talking about and like what I do, right? Because I could handle it. I could handle it. This work and being so public and having these like open like platforms like this, it's not easy work when you're a true healer and you're walking that true path, right? And a way shower and a teacher. Okay, there's many energies out there that are hateful, vengeful, evil eye, jealous, you know, and envious of whatever, you know, gifts, you know, your personality or your physical appearance or whatever it is, right? It's just right, but you know how to counteract this. You know how to revoke, rebuke, send it away. Like, you know these things. Okay, that's right. So I'm talking to like people who are meant to be really seen. Like maybe you're doing like a book tour. You write a book and you're going on a book tour. You know, you have a publisher, or you know, all of a sudden you have like a management, you know, someone who's like help managing your business and your publicity. Okay, like it really is like that for some of you guys for sure. I'm seeing just a lot of money being pouring in the waterfalls, the floodgates of money pouring in, because this is divine inheritance. This is like, you know, what you've accumulated through lifetimes as far as your good karma, your ancestors' good karma, because you've been clearing your negative karma. You've been balancing and freeing ancestors from that too, and healing that and balancing that too. So the good karma is flowing. But I'm seeing like like a lot of money, because again, the money won't corrupt you. You can handle it. You're someone who will not take your power and your gifts and use it for corruption or greed or destructive things like the dark sorcerers do. I've seen many, many, many light workers be flipped. They've been infiltrated. They've been flipped, and all of a sudden they're operating from the ego and from destructive energy like that. Self-serving, greed. It's all about the money, making more money, you know, producing more content for more money, you know, extended readings on every video for more money. You know, it becomes about the money and not the work. Does that make sense? So that's what I mean. They started their gifts. They can't handle their gifts. They've started using their gifts for ego, purpose, reasons in the way of like devil ego energy. So you will not be corrupted. You will not use your gifts for bad. By the way, that's really, really, really bad karma. Which, you know, whenever I do witness that, which I've witnessed it a lot, readers I used to love and watch all the time. Like as soon as I see the infiltration come in, I'm out, unfollow, out, clear the energy, clear energy cords that, you know, or any kind of attachments or anything that I picked up from watching that person or channel. Because you have to think, when you're tuning in with a reader or someone, you know, has a spiritual page or platform, or they do Reiki or breath work or anything, if that person has infiltration, dark attachments, like, you know what I mean? Like it's right? Okay, so you guys catch my drift. But my point is that you're someone who will, you're a soul who can't be corrupted. I'm a soul, I cannot be corrupted. Trust me. They have tried breaking me down, attacking me, like very badly, you guys, very badly. And it has happened many, many, many times throughout the past like 4 years. Every single time I rise above, those energies are dealt with and eradicated. And every time that does happen, like that kind of like attack or whatever, as soon as it's like eradicated or dealt with or whatever happens, right? I immediately experience blessings, abundance, beautiful manifestations. So I just know that, okay? But you're an incorruptible soul, and that's why it's beyond blessed. It's beyond blessed, because you're one of the true lights here on earth that will continue to be in alignment with your heart and your soul, your higher selves, and your work from the heart and not from the devil energy. Like, there it is. There's the dark sorcerers. See, they're hidden, okay, like in the shadows. Like you can't see them. For some of you guys, maybe you are aware of some of these energies, but my point is that it's right. But you're also, again, you're an ancient one who's here to help other people be free from the devil energies as well, and the dark systems. The bigger the pain, the bigger the purpose. That's why you've been through the hellfire. You've danced with the devil many times. You've danced with your own demons, your own inner devil, okay? That's initiation and mastery. You can't, spiritual bypassing doesn't work anymore. You guys know I've been talking about that like crazy. Spiritual bypassing doesn't work anymore. You can't just watch tarot readings and buy crystals and call yourself the priestess or the empress. Maybe it resonates on a soul level, and you know that on a soul level about yourself, right? But these are high level frequencies. If you're not doing the actual work, if you're not dancing with your demons, if you're not facing the inner demons and devil within self, like this card says, the destructive energies, right? Maybe like a destructive, like immediately I'm getting with money, going back to money. Like a destructive energy is being irresponsible with money, right? Like spending, you know what I mean? Or using or buying things because it makes you feel it's like, you know, like filling a hole, you know, a void, right? Now, there's a difference between purchasing things because it feels good and it's self-love and I deserve it. That's different. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about excessive spending. I'm talking about frivolous spending. You know, not planning ahead, not planning for the future. Okay? It's just, right? Or maybe that's like an ancestral thing. It's lack, it's this, it's that, right? Maybe you grew up poor, you grew up, right? So when you get money, you spend it because it feels good because you didn't have that when you were young, right? Okay, this is like, I'm just an example, but that's what I'm kind of getting, yeah. And Spirit agrees, the Sun is the biggest yes card in the deck. This is shining the light on the devil. The devil energy still within that need healing or that you need to bring love and forgiveness and awareness to and connect to. We are not just love and light. Time to reclaim these abandoned parts of self. It's time to learn to love our inner demons and our shadow instead of rejecting it and abandoning it. That's spiritual bypassing. Here we go. What other messages as we wrap up? 35 minutes? Okay, here we go. See? The Ten of Swords. This is the end. My only friend, the end. This is the friend, the end, the death. You've danced with the devil. You've danced with the devils. And each time the devils put a sword in your back, didn't they? Devils disguised as friends, best friends. Devils disguised as lovers, bosses, co-workers. Maybe people you went to school with or teachers. Other spiritual people in the community. You know, I know many of you guys. You've gone to, quote, healers or priestesses or psychics or whatever. And, you know, you've paid X amount of money in dollars and they duped you. They're scammers. They scammed you. They duped you. They, right? That's bad karma for them, right? That's, you don't do that. You do not do that. Ten Swords. It's the end. See, all of this is done, but the experience or the cycle is done. But this is what I mean. Like, from the hells that you've walked through and the flames that you've walked through, the wounding from that is still there, or the emotional attachment is still there, or the story attachment is still there. So this is like your wake-up call. This is your call to go, hey, this is completed. It's done. The swords are no longer in your back, but you're carrying them around as if they are, or you're acting or living as if they still are. The swords are no longer in your back. The Ace of Swords is here. Okay, this leveled you up. You have to go through this to get to this. For most of you guys, you've had many Ten of Swords moments to get to this. It's initiation to become the Empress or the Emperor. High vibration, high frequency. I see it all the time. Many people, they call themselves the Empress. You know, this is my year. I'm the Empress. This is, you know what I mean? And I love seeing that, but they're not doing any work. They're not doing any work. They think because they see 222 or 444 or 1111, they are the Empress, that they are the Emperor, and that's just a lie. It's a frequency. It's not a label, it's a frequency. It leveled you up. It leveled you up. It ignited your, so many of you guys, you're vibrating here. Maybe you are having a hard time seeing it within yourself, but it's time to see it. It's time to honor it. It's time to give yourself permission that, yeah, I am this person. I am this frequency. I am beautiful. I am abundant. I am the embodiment of divine feminine love. I am nurturing. I nurture myself first and foremost. I'm a badass. The Queen of Wands is a badass. She's confident, she's sexy, she's beautiful, she's powerful, she's magic, she's witchy. And people hate her for it. This woman right here, she's been hated more than she's been loved. That's why she had to learn to love herself and go within to get here. You are someone who's going to show others how to do this too. And the payoff is infinite. The payoff is riches in many different forms in the material realm. It also is more spiritual gifts coming online too. My mediumship, you guys, like my strongest gifts is being an oracular priestess, a seer, a psychic. Okay, but my mediumship is there, but it's not my strongest gift. But just recently, my mediumship is coming through like crazy because I'm ready. Because I'm ready. Because I can handle it. Because I've integrated my other gifts. I've mastered them on, you know, many different levels. And so my mediumship is coming through much stronger. Like now I have loved ones on the other side coming through when I'm connecting with clients or ancestors, where I'm getting very specific details. They're telling me their names. They're telling me who they are, you know, how they were connected to the client, you know, whether it's a father or their mother or their grandmother or their great aunt or, you know, whatever it is. But it's like literally like, you know what I mean? And so I'm like, this is so neat. This is so cool. Like, hell yeah. Because I've been praying. I've been wanting my mediumship to come online stronger in this regard. And it's finally happening. But it's taken 4 years to really come through. Okay? So I don't know. But anyways. Okay, but this also shows me that there's, because for me, the Queen of Wands in this deck especially, she can be very karmic. She can be very karmic. So I feel that too. I feel like for some of you guys, like there's, right, the Queen of Wands, karmic. When she's in her shadow, she's very jealous. She's very insecure. And she's destructive. She uses that energy just like the King of Wands when he's in his shadow. She uses it to her gain. It's greedy. It could be selfish. You know, she could be working with dark magic, you know, trying to send curses or, you know what I mean? On the Empress. But this is your ancestors battling this energy away. Okay? They're not gonna, it might create some resistance, okay, for you. But it's going away. Okay, see, because you're, again, they want to block wish fulfillments. They can't. When you're vibrating here, this is a given. Okay? So anyway, so this is a time, amors, new abundant cycles. You guys have been birthing new things into creation. This could be literal pregnancy and motherhood coming up or in the coming months or during this year. If that's a wish for you, if that's, you know, whatever you've been wishing for, it's being fulfilled. See? There you go. See? Motherhood, children, family, divine union, marriage, Hyros Gamos union with your beloved, solid foundations, building a home with someone, maybe purchasing a home, you know, it's solid foundation after moving through very shaky ground and lots of crumbling and hellfire. There's no hellfire here. It's beautiful. Okay? So there you go. There you go. Because you're a warrior of light. See all the doves around her? You are a warrior of God, of God's source. You are a warrior for the divine feminine rising. You've used that sword plenty of times to cut these energies away. And now your rewards are just huge, huge. We're only barely 3 months into 2025, you guys. And for me personally, January was struggle. It was releasing and moving through much of 2024 and even more. A lot of past life regression coming up. February was much of the same, but I could feel the lift. I could feel the alignment, right? By the end of February, I was feeling the full rebirth, the resurrection, feeling my creativity flow, feeling passion, energy again. And like, you know, now I'm starting my second channel of the Priestess. I reached out to my beautiful sister, you know, Stellar, and And I spoke my truth from my heart and said, this is something that I want to co-create with you. Is this a possibility to do a retreat? I want to bring this to the collective and to this, my soul familia. And yes, it was the answer. A closed mouth doesn't get fed, you guys. Don't be shy. Reach out. Speak truth. Ask. The only dumb question is a question not asked because of fear. Now the retreat is lined up, and now I'm starting my second channel, and all these other things are unfolding. It's just beautiful. And you guys know, if you've been with me, I've been talking about for, you know, at least a year and a half, very strongly. I keep saying, I know there's travel coming up for me this next year. I know that this is the year, like when I turned 40 back in October, I said my 40th year this year. I know it's going to be a year of massive expansion. It's going to be a year where I'm traveling. Spirit keeps telling me for a long time now, go get your passport. You need to get your passport. You need to be ready for travel. Okay, all of that stuff is now manifesting into the physical. My divine counterpart, he's not here in the physical, but he's in my energy field. I can feel him. I feel him. He's here. Everything is happening, not just for me, but for you too. That's why I'm here. I'm a reflection of you, aren't I? You're a reflection of me. Okay? It's taken a long time for this stuff to happen for you, but because of your strength, for you standing in your warrior spirit, in your truth, for not being corrupted, for continuing on to be purged in the hellfire so you could reach heaven. Now heaven surrounds you, literally. White doves are going to be a huge synchronicity. There's also dragonflies here. Okay, and I keep channeling the color yellow. Yellow is connected to the solar plexus, the sun. You know, it's like gold, the frequency of gold, the element or the metal gold. Okay, again, connected to the sun, connected to the heart chakra. There's something about that, but it's literally like the happiness, the joy, the sunshine. It literally is that. It's that energy and message and frequency like all around you. Okay. So let's go ahead and end with a message. I'm going to end with a message from the Lemurians. Let's get a message from the Lemurians, because many of you guys are Lemurian, or you had like past lives in Lemuria. You have Lemurian spirit guides. Some of you guys are very connected to that. So what I'm getting is, for some of you guys, you need to go visit Hawaii, the lands of Hawaii. And you need to, I feel like for some of you guys, this is a confirmation, because Mount Shasta here in California, Mount Shasta is inside the mountain is the sacred city of Telos, which is Lemuria. Many Lemurians fled into Mount Shasta when, Lemuria fell or whatever, right? Anyways, for safety, for protection. But Mount Shasta is the root chakra of Mother Earth. It is a very powerful energy vortex. There's energy vortexes all around, and right? Like, my point is that if some of you guys, you need to go there for healing and for grounding, for root chakra healing, for past life healing. Also, it will help activate, for many of you guys, past life memories, but like your Lemurian family and the mountain herself, she's calling you. I'm getting Hawaii. You're connected to certain sacred places and lands. The Himalayas, India, Peru. I'm getting Peru, Costa Rica, Australia, Ireland. Here we go. Look how beautiful. Look at this. You guys, literally the sorcerer card was all about like the dark human psyche and like basically like the shadow or the illusion and all these different things, right? But I spoke literally about how you're the ancient one and how it's about reclaiming your power, stepping into your higher purpose and soul role that you came to embody and be and become. This card is literally this beautiful Lemurian like goddess, right? Okay. And it's all about reclaiming your energy. The color purple could be really relevant too. The color purple and green. There's so much. This is beautiful. I love these cards. Our energy is our responsibility, and how we give it away becomes a conscious choice as we step into empowerment. And yes, it is possible to restore the fragments of self we gave away before we came to this awareness. You have the power to own your energy and choose where you direct it. If you are not at your optimal vibration, consider the core of why this might be. Detach from depleting influences and boost positivity. It is up to you to make the shift. And that's everything I just said is backed up here. Transform your life by choosing healing and self-empowerment. Kickstart the upward spiral to abundance energy and soul presence. Exactly. Reclaim your energy, mi amores. Reclaim your power and your purpose. It's time. Okay? And the rewards, the good karma by doing this, by simply just aligning into who you are, it's beyond. It's beyond. So if you've been like really like suffering with lack, with money problems, your business isn't flowing like it was, or your clients, your bookings, or, whatever it is, or if you own some kind of, if it's like a restaurant, right? Then your restaurant has not been as busy. It's slow. It's, you know what I mean? Like it's like that. If you're a hairdresser, then your appointments are, stretched out. They're few and far between. It's not like how it usually is. These are examples. Okay. So, this is about reclaiming your power and your energy, right? Okay. So anyways, my point is that if you've been experiencing that, it's for a reason, and reclaiming your power and stepping more into your purpose. Okay. And aligning with that, the blessings are endless, but this is a time of abundance. This is a time of harvest, of reaping what you've sown. And many of you guys have been sowing very beautiful, abundant, prosperous seeds, right? You've already lived out any dark seeds that you've planted along the way throughout life. Those manifested, those came to fruition. That's a part of the hell. Okay? Then you learned to think differently, to think more positively, and plant seeds of love and faith and abundance. And those are the ones that are, right? As we literally are in, basically for me, spring equinox is already here, but it officially starts March 20th. But that is it. It's new life, new growth. The seeds have bloomed and blossomed right along with the flowers and the trees and everything else, okay? I love you guys so much. Have a beautiful day. If you are interested in connecting with me one-on-one through a general psychic mediumship reading, I do past life Akashic record readings. I do goddess channeling sessions with Isis and Mary Magdalene, or other spirit guides, etc., that you feel called to or connected to. I do one-on-one energetic healing sessions with clients. And then, of course, for this beautiful spiritual retreat in France in September of this year, September 20th through 29th. If you're interested in learning more, okay, the information will be down below in the description box as well. You just send me an email, okay? There's a $250 deposit, so be prepared for that. You put the $250 deposit down. We will schedule the Zoom call with myself, Stellar, and John, and she will share all the things. We will talk about all the things, like pricing, the whole retreat, everything that's going down, everything about it. And, if you decide, you know what, I just choose not to do that, which is totally fine, then you'll just immediately get your $250 right back. But if you proceed forward, then, that goes obviously towards your retreat pricing, right? Payment plans are available with 6 months away. So it breaks down into 6 months, okay? There are discounts if you're able to pay like half up front. There's a pretty substantial discount for that. So anyways, you guys, if you're interested and you feel, in alignment and you're ready to receive sacred teachings, true teachings of Mary Magdalene and Yeshua, like, you guys, like, I'm beyond, because what they share, like their knowledge and their teachings, I've learned a lot from them, but I'm so excited to learn and to receive this right along with you guys. Okay. So anyways, if you feel called to that, email and we will proceed further. Okay. I love you so much. Have a beautiful day. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here. for tuning in, for supporting this channel, and for supporting my second channel as I'm going to be kicking that off. There's just been so much, and I'm trying to integrate everything and, you know, and create and prepare. I'm pretty sure I finally know the name that I'm going to move forward with. So that was a big holdup for me because I had a few kind of circling around, but I'm pretty sure the name is, I know what I'm going with. So now I need to create my first video. I need to create an email for this channel, you know, and do all the same things I did with Gypsy Cowgirl. But I'm really excited. It is a channel of the Priestess path of Divine Feminine Rising, Divine Masculine Rising, Hyros Gamos Union, the Priestess path, Priestess teachings, healings, light language, activations, all the things, you guys, all the things. And on this channel, I will start doing collaborations where we'll go live, and I'll go live with maybe, you know, other priestesses, sister friends, you know, other, you know, friends of mine in the spiritual community, stellar, you know, I don't know. I'm just very excited. It is the Empress energy of the birth of something new that will be very beautiful and abundant, and it'll bring that energy and healing to others. So I'm excited. Okay. So this is the time to step out of the comfort zone, to reclaim more of, or claim like your power, your divine sovereignty, more of your spiritual, you know, path, and watch the magic and beauty unfold for you. Okay. If we're staying stuck in the same patterns and routines that we've been stuck in, and we're watching readings, and yeah, we can feel ourselves ascending or being activated, you know, we're seeing signs and synchronicities, but we're not doing like true work and healing work and shadow work. You know what I mean? So anyways, I love you guys so much. Have a beautiful day. Thank you again. Mwah. Bye.